Welcome everybody. It's our favorite map, It's a Trap. We are playing in the Conqueror tonight. I am Phoenix 6-1. Decent game here, but nothing crazy special. It's kind of just how you have to play this ship. We do have 3 destroyers, so that's a little disappointing, but if I'm a battleship and there are lots of destroyers, you know, the Conqueror is a decent one to be in, especially if you've got it rigged out for high explosive rounds, which typically you do with a lot of the British battleships. You can do quite a bit of damage to the destroyers just in a single salvo. So I shoot at destroyers more often in like the Conqueror or the Marlborough than I do pretty much any other battleship, right? But the name of the game here, most of the time, what I try to do is just fire spam other battleships and cruisers. And when I get one fire on somebody, I will switch to another ship and light them on fire too. So a lot of times the strategy is slow and steady wins the race, right? So I'm a little confused, like something's spotting me. I mean, it might be a destroyer right through this little crack here that I'm looking through. But I was kind of disappointed that I was getting spotted here. Take that, island. Did like 10 grand damage to that island. I don't know if you noticed. Azure, he would be nice to shoot at. Everyone seems to want to disappear on me, so we don't. We have 4 destroyers on our team, and no one's keeping anything spotted. Alright, 2 destroyers at sea, 3 destroyers at sea. This should be interesting. So pretty much all their destroyers clustered into one zone. I almost wish I had a better, like I was at that zone, I could help them out a little bit more. But now I don't want to move across this area and risk being broadside. The downside with this ship is, and some of the other British battleships is, you can get citadel pretty easily and lose like just all your health. Like sometimes it feels like when you lose so much health, you're in like it feels like you're in a cruiser basically. But we got one fire started on that. Who did we shoot? What? And it got us up to 10,000 damage from that salvo before, and we'll see if we can't do anything on this Yamato. Is it the Kerr first? Yeah, he's pissed off. He's shooting back at us. But we are angled really well here in comparison to where they are. And man, 3 destroyers at sea and 3 battleships. Everyone is moving that way. Surprisingly, like our team was still getting the zone cap too. I doubt that's gonna stand up for too long. Yep. So we may have to move forward a little bit more here at this point to help support C a little bit better. Like hindsight, I feel like I probably should have done that a little sooner than we do here, but with that Kerr first and that Yamato having taken shots at us, I didn't want to be too risky, right? So we had switched to AP because we had a decent broadside shot, and that actually worked out for us. We got 5 penetrations, puts us up to 47,000 damage, huh? And their ships are going down fast. I am surprised our team, well, we lost the battleship over there, but I was about to say I'm surprised our team has really held their own over here at sea. These are some gold stars to these destroyer players here. Nice job, guys. And again, I'm just being careful about, because I know that like these battleships, I'm going to be the only thing spotted by them here at this point, right? You know, unless our destroyers decide to get spotted. So I imagine all 3 of these battleships are going to be shooting at me here very shortly, or potentially. So we're trying to keep our gun. We're trying to angle just. Ooh, that one's going to hurt. That's what I'm talking about. Trying to. The nice thing is the British heal is you know, a lot of people call it the super heal. You can get like half your health back at sometimes, yeah. But was trying to stay angled appropriately and be able to have all 4 gun turrets be able to fire here too. But obviously the Yamato was able to smack us pretty bad, and there's a Yamato here behind us as well that wants some candy also. So yeah, so instead of 3, now all 4 of their remaining battleships have decided to shoot at me instead of anybody else. We'll take it. We'll take it. Up to 63,000. We will keep to our plan and try and start some fires to get some actual damage dealt here, guys. Alright. Unspotted now. Back behind this island. Kind of thing. So if you use the overview camera, if you look down at the bottom in the middle, you can see the line of sight where I had the turrets pointing towards you. So you can actually use the overview camera, look around, and your turrets will still be turning in the direction that you were, aiming at previously while you're in the overview camera. So it's a good little trick to, if you need to look around while you're like turning and/or want your turrets to move a different direction than you're looking, you can just go into that overview camera, and your turrets will continue to turn in whatever direction you were last aiming, right? So, good technique. Overview camera is also really helpful in just spotting shells and people shooting at you. So if you need to make maneuver adjustments, that is also helpful too. So we're trying to, I'm less worried about getting these back turrets on target than I am angling appropriately so that we don't die in these salvos that are coming at us all at once here. So took very minimal damage there from that, just because we managed to get ourselves angled as we were getting spotted there. We will take some shots at the Conqueror first again, see if we can't get him lit on fire. And we will do the same thing to the Yamato way in the back there. I do have this ship kind of rigged out for range as well. Range, accuracy, and fireballs is the name of the game with how to outfit your commander on this ship. At least that's how I like to do it, right? Everyone's going to have their own 2 cents, right? So it seemed like at this point in the game, their teams, aside from that Conqueror first coming in right in between Zone B and C, it seemed like they were trying to play a little bit more conservative to try and hold on to the game. But they're starting to fall apart here regardless. And that Conqueror first in the middle, he's got nothing left. Yep. I'm like, if he doesn't go down, by the time he gets to B, I'll be able to shoot at him again. So who do you want to kill you, right? Up to 92,000. Yeah, we're getting some actual fires that are actually being left burning this time finally. See if we can't get ourselves over 100 grand. There's still 7 minutes left in this game, but I can't imagine we use the whole time, just based on the momentum that our teams had. Though we are down 3 ships now. So, I mean, technically, we only have a 2-ship advantage, but that can be huge when it comes to game momentum, right? Oh man, that Yamato. If only the guns were pointing that way, right? Yeah, he was on fire anyway. The other thing that's nice with the Conqueror and the Marlborough, a lot of the British battleships too, that you're triggering. Here we go. Yeah, you're triggering. Those ships that you hit and light on fire. You're triggering them to potentially use their damage control, right? So if you're backing up destroyers, a lot of times they'll get torpedo hits and then they get floods. So either the battleships are using their damage con to stop a flood from a destroyer, or they're using damage con to stop a fire from you, and then the other guy, your other guy on your team can trigger the other event, right? Can trigger a fire or a flood, right? So that's kind of why I typically, when I'm doing this like this, if I've got multiple targets to shoot at, I will try and trigger a fire on one and then switch to a different one. It's just to try and get people to use up their damage control parties. Up to 117 here, our fires are starting to do some work. We're starting to get credit from these fires that we're starting. Of course, this Yamato is literally the only thing spotted, so I'm sure the other 2 battleships remain in our team. Looks like we see lots of bullets flying from them. They're probably in range as well. And he's not looking at us, so it's not a big deal if we go broadside to him, just to be able to shoot all of our turrets, right? So yeah, we took that one bad hit somewhat early on in the game. And we managed to recover and stay alive and then do all this other damage along the way, right? So I always preach survival. If you're in a sticky situation, you only need 1 health point to shoot your guns, right? So just stay alive. Stay alive, stay hidden. stay hidden, try and get unspotted, try and get to a safer spot where you can still somehow participate and or help your team. You know, sometimes if I'm in a, here we go, yep, points are going to take it for us. But yeah, like sometimes if I'm in a destroyer and I'm like dead, you know, I'm like got like very minimal health left, I'll just cap zones, you know. So do what you still can. You're still valuable as long as you're alive. It's the moment that you die, now you're not valuable anymore. So don't throw away your ship if you take damage, right? We'll see where we end up on the leaderboard for this one. Not the top. Wah, wah. 2,000 XP is still respectable. Top 4, you know. See if we barely made a 30,000 credits. It's a slim margin there, even with premium. We'll take it though. That felt like a good game, so I wanted to share. Well, I'll show you how I have this commander set up. This is really Andrew Cunningham that I'm using, but this sexy racer chick is the Geis, right? Flaming Arrow for inspiration, and then whatever this one is, Go Away Confrontation. Yeah, better shell grouping basically. So, and then these are all kind of fairly obvious choices to pick. I'm not a huge fan of perks that have a negative aspect as well as that have a trade-off, so I don't pick those too often. But main battery dispersion was a little bit worth it to me just based on my play style. And then main battery range, of course, here. Almost can get her up to the last milestone, but thanks for watching, everybody. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel. We have more World of Warships videos on the way. Thanks for watching.